Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. Alright, NASCAR Rally Auto Parts Series back on track this week. Race 23 of the 2026 season. 2 races left until we begin the 9-race chase for the championship. So we got Iowa and then Daytona, and then we are off for the chase. Alright, the Hy-Vee Perks 250 from Iowa. 218 miles around this .875 short track, 250 laps, 3 stages, 60, 60, and 130. Fuel window is 110 to 115. Now, we know the rule that came down this week with the stage cautions. This is actually something that, if you follow me on X, I actually commented this a few times. An example of this, I said 5 laps, but still. So, if the caution flag comes out with 10 or less laps to go in the stage, that caution will end the stage. We all know what happened in Indianapolis, where stage 1 of the Cup race, Kyle Larson spun with 7 to go or whatever it was. They did the caution, 5 laps, I think it was, 10 minutes or whatever. It ended up being 10, 12 minutes. They got restarted for 1 lap, and then the stage caution. Stage 2, there's like 3 laps left, so they ran them under caution to end the stage. People lost their mind over it. But yet, we want to go back to a time where we would run those 3 laps at the end of the stage under caution at the end of the race to get to the race distance so we could have a winner. Because people don't like green, white checkers at the end. Wait, what? Yeah, exactly. Anyway, I think it's going to speed the cautions up. It's an idea that I came up with. NASCAR said 10 laps. I think I initially said 5. Great idea. I think it's going to help a lot with that. It's going to speed those. It's going to change because if you have a caution with 10 to go, you get started for 1 or 2 laps, then you have another caution. I get it. I like it. We'll see how it affects going first. I know the first person goes, the caution is going to come out with 11 to go. Yeah, and then we have a restart for 5 or 6 laps. Okay, fine. But you know what? We'll figure it out. But that's how it's going to go forward. So we'll see how that affects Iowa. I don't think for the most part it's going to affect that many races, to be honest with you. But we'll see. All right, the last 4 O'Reilly Series Iowa winners started either 2nd or 5th. Ironically, the last 2 races, Sam Mayer won them back-to-back. He started 5th in both races. Qualifying is later on today, so we'll see if that trend continues. Out of the 22 previous races for the O'Reilly Series at Iowa, 17 winners qualified in the top 5. 19 of the 22 qualified in the top 10. The lowest starting spot, 14th. So qualifying matters a lot at Iowa, as we've seen. The last 2 races, a couple of interesting stats. Both races won by Sam Mayer, where he qualified 5th. Both races had 9 cautions, and both races had 13 lead changes. So, very interesting. Then we did find out that for next year, the 2027 schedule, Iowa will be the July 4th weekend race. So the O'Reilly Series will be on July 3rd. They're doing a renovation and a repave at Iowa, so that should be fun to see. We know the repave at North Wilkesboro, for the most part, kept good racing. Some of the previous repaves in the world in NASCAR, the first few years sucked. That's why California went away. All right, we have a couple drivers making their O'Reilly Series debut. We have, I'm not going to call him, phenom. Carson Brown. He is the RCR equivalent of Connor Zilic. He's the one that signed to a developmental deal with RCR, and he is rumored to be in the 2 car for next year. He is in the number 32 for Jordan Anderson Racing. Now, I know a lot of people look at these drivers when they come in. They want to really look at their background and do they deserve to be there? Do they have the right to be there? Should they be there? Well, this kid, 13 ARCA starts, 1 win, 10 top 5s, 12 top 10s. Raced in the ASA Late Model Series, 18 starts, 4 wins, 13 top 5s, 15 top 10s. Yeah, he deserves to be there. Yeah, he even if he spends a lap one. Yeah. We also have Derek Lemke from the 91 DGM. This is his O'Reilly Series debut. He's had 3 truck starts. Excuse me. He's had 3 truck starts and some sporadic starts in Cars Tour and ASA. We'll see how he does. These are the kind of tracks that drivers like this should be starting. So we'll see how these 2 rookies in the O'Reilly Series do in their debuts. Now, we've had 2 races the last 2 years with the Cup weekend. We had some, again, 20 other O'Reilly Series races at Iowa. Prior to that, I'm not going back to those stats. I'm only looking at the last 2 years because that stuff before 2019, a lot of things have changed since then. So, but looking at just the last 2 years, Sam Mayer, who's won both races, average running position of 4.53. William Sawalich, 5.77 average running position. Ross Chastain, 6.41. Sheldon Creed, 7.03. Harrison Burton, 7.86. Carson Kloppel, last race winner, 8.42. Taylor Gray, 8.88. Jesse Love, 10.86. Sammy Smith, 12.35. Austin Hill, 12.37. Average finish, Sam Mayer 1.0 with 2 wins. Just insane. Harrison Burton, 1 race, finished 5th. Ross Chastain, 6.0. Sheldon Creed, 6.0. There is some Haas factory team news today coming out. Not sure what that's going to be. We saw the little clip from Riley Herbst about the monster, so I'm thinking it's something to do with Riley and Haas. Don't know if it's on the Cup side, the O'Reilly side. We don't know any details. That should come out later on today. I know a lot of speculation was that Riley was going to go to Legacy Motor Club. The fact that we had this little clip from Riley shared it with the Monster Girls from the car cover pulling down the corner and seeing the Monster logo. Then we have the announcement of a team announcement today, and then it came out of this Haas factory team. So unless there's 2 announcements today, don't know if it's going to be the O'Reilly Series. I know there's talk of Sam Mayer not returning next year. So I'm wondering if it's maybe something with either Riley going to the O'Reilly Series, Haas Factory Monster sponsorship, or maybe they do a Cup team with Uncharted. Maybe they're going to run a non-chartered Cup team. Who knows? But we'll find out later today on that and see if that affects Sam Mayer whatsoever here. And Sheldon Creed as well, because that's part of a Haas factor team. Carson Kloppel, 9.0 average finish. Sammy Smith, 9.5. Ryan Sieg, 10.0. William Sawalich, 11.0. Jesse Love, 16.5. Taylor Gray, 17.0. Now, in the last 2 races at Iowa, we've had drivers dominate. In 2024, we had Chandler Smith lead 131 laps. Sam Mayer, 47. John Hunter, 35. Justin Allgaier, 14. Last year, we saw Ross Chastain lead 120 laps. Connor Zeld, 62. Sam Mayer, only 28. And then Jesse Love, 31. All right, like I said, 2 races until we get to the chase. We have 7 drivers locked into the chase. We have Justin Allgaier with 6 wins. Carson Kloppel with a win. Jesse Love. Sheldon Creed with a win. Corey Day with 2 wins. Brandon Jones with a win. And Austin Hill with 2 wins. Now, not quite locked in, but should be safe to get locked in today. Be Sammy Smith plus 98. And then we have Parker Retzloff plus 59. Sam Mayer plus 29. Brent Cruz plus 13. And then we have this just 4-way battle really for the last 2 spots. That Brent Cruz in 11th plus 13. Taylor Gray with a win plus 7. William Sawalich with a win minus 7. And Roger Carruth minus 20. So you have 3 JGR cars, Joe Gibbs Racing, and the Junior Motorsports Roger Carruth all fighting for 2 spots. And then we have Ryan Sieg minus 74, not mathematically eliminated as of yet, pretty darn close. A lot of people have to have a lot of trouble, and he has to win in order to get in. And then Anthony Alfredo minus 121, pretty sure he's all but eliminated there. To get Taylor Gray, Sawalich, and Cruz to have two horrendous races and now Freddie go out there and win both is what it would take. And then Brendan Poole minus 173. So we do have a battle there. We'll have a cleaner picture of what that battle looks like next week at Daytona, or 2 weeks at Daytona. All right, the Hy-Vee Perks 250 from Iowa NASCAR Rally Auto Parts Series race. The 4 picks to win. Obviously, Sam Mayer's won 2 in a row. You got to go with Sam Mayer. Jesse Love runs well these shorter tracks. You got to go with him. Ross Chastain in number 9 for Junior Motorsports. The only Junior Motorsports car to not win so far this year is the 8. So I'm kind of pushing for Sammy Smith to get a win at some point this year, but Ross Chastain is the pick. And then a short track guy who runs well, ran in the top 6 all last year, William Swalowich. So Sam Mayer, Jesse Love, Ross Chastain, and William Swalowich are the 4 picks to win the Hy-Vee Perks 250. As always, thanks for watching the Robert Sports Show, and don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports content.